might as well kiss your free speech goodbye. That's what it is. This is from a collaboration of UN and the WEF. It says the UN and the WEF officially announced a plan to increase censorship on the internet because 60% of the people around the world get their news from social media, right? Because you have your independent social medias, right? Alternative news medias. So a lot of people get their information off of that, right? You don't go to your mainstream medias no more. So they're losing the grip on the minds of the people, right? And when they try to bring out their false narratives, what happens? It gets pulled apart, right? By the alternative news medias, it gets pulled apart, and people can see for what it is, that it's nothing but lies and falsehoods, right? So they're trying to make it to where there will be no more alternative news media except for them, right? Like they said, all roads to hell are paved with good intentions, right? They try to sell it to you like it's a good thing. Oh, for the children. Oh, this and that, the other. Reading on, it says, and when they are exposed to fake information, here goes that fake information, right? Like they don't do it. It says it leads to serious problems, including in global health. And this is from the uploaders. They simply put, they want to censor anyone and everyone who challenges their plans. Goodbye, remnants of free speech. That's a question of hell yeah, that's what it is. That's exactly what it is. They're trying to stifle free speech because it's not in line with their agenda. The whole agenda is for you to eat off their plate. Whatever information they give you, you just take it. This is Psalms the 55th chapter and the 21st verse. It says, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakaha, Kodash. Double honors to apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us this truth and continue to teach us this truth. Peace, salutation, shalom, shalom, shalom to all you brothers and sisters out there out of the household of faith. Shalom to you all. And this is just a clip I have seen. I'm like, damn, that's where they're taking it. And whether they push always for the children, always for human rights, right? To protect the children, but who's gonna protect the children from you, right? Earlier on, it was a couple of days ago, it was kind of like went viral. The underground tunnels that was in synagogues and things like that, right? And they went to dig it out. They found some stained beds and mattresses and all that. Like, it was very hideous, right? So easily all their wicked works that they do in dark, right, is being deciphered on the alternative news media. And the truthers and whatever, people that care about truth, we all congregate in all these news medias, be it YouTube, be it TikToks, and Twitter, now known as X, all these alternative Rumble, Odyssey, platforms like that. And now they're losing their grip on the minds of the people. They cannot control how this information is being pushed out there. So what do they have to do? They have to clamp down. They have to clamp down on this platform. So they're trying to hold all these platforms accountable because they can hold the individuals accountable as of now, right? So they're trying to have these platforms to change their rules. This is why a lot of things we cannot even post on YouTube. I've lost a lot of channels on YouTube because of the kind of content that I put up, and not just me. A lot of people have lost all kinds of channels, right? So they've slowly but surely doing away with free speech, and they do it in the name of, oh, we're trying to protect the children, we're trying to do this and that, you know. Meanwhile, there are islands, like numerous islands that are like Epstein Islands, right, out there, and who's protecting the children from that, right? Who's protecting them from that? Evidently not them, because they're the ones going there, right? They're the ones going there. All the your wicked elites, they're the ones going there and doing God knows what, right? But here it is. Oh, we're trying to protect children from fake news, whatever that is, right? Trying to protect them from harm and human rights and blah 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 blah, right? This and that, the other. This is what I had to bring the scripture out right here. It says the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, right? Here it is. They're using human rights. They're using the guise of human rights. They're using the guise of protect children. Meanwhile, here it is. But war was in his heart. They have wicked intentions. Their intentions are not clear. Their intentions are that of coming from a dark place. So make no mistake about it. Even though they're trying to sell it to you as something that is always going to be beneficial for everybody, because no more discrimination and, this and that, the other. See? But again, they're trying to take away your right to free speech, your rights to be able to have access to information that is not just coming from them. You see what I'm saying? So that's the war that is in their heart. You see? It says his words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. And the swords that they are drawn in this aspect, in this regard, is their legislation. So they're going to put it in writing that nobody out there should have any access to alternative news media, right? They will stump that out. Trust me, man, it will get there. And they're working towards it. Right? Here it is. This is a serious collaboration between the UN, UNESCO, and the WEF. That is no joke. That's where they at with it. And this is Second Ezra, the 16th chapter, and this is the 8th verse, straight to the point. It says, "For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you." Now, who is this great multitude? Well, in this aspect, that is the UN and the WEF. The wicked elites that run all these organizations that come up with, you didn't elect them, but here they are shaping and molding the world we live in, whether you like it or not, right? So this is how their wrath is going to be kindled, because they have no control, and everything they do is all about control. And this information age that we're living in, they've lost control of it, right? Especially with the internet, especially with the alternative news medias and things like that, right? So they've totally lost control of that. So for them to gain back control, they have to put in all these edits in legislations and all kinds of madness out there to try to take back control. Very soon, there will be no more alternative news media, because all these platforms, either they comply to remove all these dissenters and alternatives news media, or they will be totally shut down. You see what I'm saying? That's why they tried to shut down TikTok, right? And some other platforms like that. It says, "For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you." How will they do that? Well, when you don't comply, guess what? You will be put in concentration camps. They have to re-educate you. And they see you as a problem, so they have to re-educate you to think the way Big Brother wants you to think the way the government wants you to think, right? That's the thing. There goes your MK Ultra and things like that. So they will put you in a concentration camp until either you accept the New World Agenda or death in a lot of cases, right? So this is how they'll take away certain of you. They will take you away from your home and lock you up. Why? Simply because of free speech. They'll call you a dissenter. They will call you an insurrectionist, right? All kinds of things, all kinds of names that they will label you a terrorist, you know, all kinds of things, and take you away from your home and try to reprogram your mind to see things the way they want you to see things. That's the thing right there, and feed you being idle with things offered unto idols. So this directly is tied into the mark of the beast. So this is when they put you in that situation where you know you don't have any contact to the outside world, right? So now you're idle. Guess what? They will tell you if you want to reconnect with the outside world, you have to take this chip. You have to take the MOTB, the mark of the the beast. You know? So you take that, it can put you back out there in the world. You know? That's the only way for you to get back out there, because once you do that, they have total control over what you do. They can see what you do. They know exactly what you're doing. This is why they need the digital identity. They have to have your digital identity. They have to have the social score credit system. So when you falter in any kind of way, it will reduce your social credit system. So it goes hand in hand, the CBDCs, the digital currencies, your digital identity, and the social credit system, the universal basic income. All of this is all tied in together. It's all tied in together. So once, here it is, the scripture says, this is in our verse, and they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot. So even when you accept the agendas of the wicked elites, guess what? It's still a trap. Because when you accept to be totally juiced in, now they have control over everything you do. They have you. You're now a digital slave living in a digital concentration camp. That's exactly what it is. This is why you cannot comply your way to your own destruction. If you think it's a joke, ask the people that took the arm candy, the juicy juice. They all fucked up now. And a lot of them are all fucked up now. We have family members that are all fucked up because of that, right? So that's what it is. You cannot consent your way to your own destruction. That's what happens when you're in bed with the devil. Like they say, swimming with the sharks. When you swim with the sharks, what do you expect? You get bitten, right? You play with fire, you get burned. You see? Just a little something, man. I saw that. I'm like, damn. They're really, 2024 is going to be one hell of a year. It's going to be one hell of a year, man. So with that, all praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Ruach HaKodash. Double honors to apostles and elders of Great Millstone. See you next time, Lord willing. Shalom. Shalom.